Welcome to Cosmic Diaries. This is Priya Kale, your astrologer, and welcome to your individual forecast for the transit of Uranus in Aries, Leo. So, Leo, for you, well, before I get into the forecast, of course, this is a general reading, and I have recorded an overview for the entire transit, which I'll add a link for below. But please do listen to that because I've gotten into more stuff there. I've also written an article which you can read. I'll add links to that too. But do listen to the overview because you can apply, and then please apply everything that I'm saying to your forecast here. And I would love to work with you. All right, so let's begin. All right, so Leo, for you, this transit takes place in your 10th house, and this is the part of your chart. The 10th house is the part of your chart that relates with your career, your profession, your public image, also your mother, and authority. It's the part of your chart that it's the most visible part of your chart. It's where you get recognition for the work you've done, whereas the sixth house will represent the work that you do on a daily basis. So now with Uranus, and you have Taurus on the 10th house cusp. So as a Leo, this is your ability to stay no matter what happens with Taurus there. Taurus is the sign that's constant, it's steady, it's present, it's there, it's rock solid, and it's real. So you have something very real to offer the world. But now, as Uranus enters that sign, things are shaking up. And because Uranus will bring sudden changes, trust that if anything falls away, for every door that closes, there's a new one opening. And it might ask you to stay on your toes and move with the times. But trust that whatever falls away is clearing the path for your future, which is really looking lush right now. And no matter where you're at as you begin this transit at the beginning of these 8 years, this is a new cycle that will, push your boundaries of what you thought you were capable of. But it's also, you haven't even scratched the surface of your potential, and you're about to discover how much more there is to you. A new opportunity is arising, and this means you're going to have to let go of the past and something that you've been doing. And this will call for very real changes. Perhaps you're changing careers, perhaps you're changing jobs, or you have new opportunities coming. Remember, this is an 8-year transit, so this is energy that you're going to be, working with over the next 8 years. And whatever's happening, pay attention to what's unfolding, of course, right now as you enter this transit, because it's, you're sowing the first seeds for what's to come, and you're getting a glimpse over the next 6 months about what the potential is. And whatever your potential you think your potential is, you haven't even scratched the surface yet. But as Uranus enters the sign, it's going to break through your ideas of what you think success means. So ask yourself, really, what does success mean to you? Not success in the eyes of the world, but what would really, for you, feel like success? And really, the answer, the way I see it for you, is it's about your authenticity. It's about you being real. It's about you being recognized for everything that you have to offer. And you have so much to offer the world, because the 10th house, although it is the house of success and recognition and public image, really, it's about none of that. Success is the fruit of our labor, and it's the rewards of our labor. It's not the goal. So, although your 10th house represents goals, you've got to dig deeper for what your goals really are, your intangible goals. What is your legacy? What do you want to give back to the world? What do you want to leave behind when you're gone? Because the seeds you're planting now, are going to bear fruit, and they will bear fruit not just for you, but for all those that you care about, which is your family and your sense of security, but also for future generations to come. Taurus is the sign of the earth. It just gives, it doesn't ask if you are worthy or not. It doesn't, discriminate based on caste, creed, gender, race, color, rich, poor. Trees will bear fruit for everybody. And that's, you've got Taurus on that midheaven. So the work that you're doing now, I mean, the work that you do in the world, in a sense, is something that gives back to the whole world. But now with Uranus entering this sign, entering this part of your chart, this is very Promethean energy. So, and Taurus likes its comfort zone. So you're the kind of person where, you have a lot to give and you're very creative and you're very prolific. But, you can get stuck in your pattern. And now it's asking you to let go of the mask and let go of worrying about what anyone thinks of you or how something will be received. You have all this potential that's waiting to burst forth to the surface and flourish and bloom. But for that, you have to be confident enough and trust yourself enough that whatever comes your way now, you have the skills, the abilities, the talents to do what's being called for. You are the person for the job. And in one sense, what you're doing now is so unique that only you could do this. Because it's born out of a culmination of your wisdom, which has been gained through your life experiences. It's not about knowledge. It's not about what you think you know, because knowledge, anybody can go read a book. But question is how it's the wisdom that's born of your experiences that matters. And not just that, it's how do you apply that knowledge? Do you live your truth? Do you walk the path? Not just do you know it? Are you actually living your truth? Because are you embodying what you preach? Are you practicing what you preach? Again, it's about being very real and authentic and being true to yourself. Also, a big thing for you is humility. And this is not to say that you're not humble, but I'm saying that it's important that you are humble, because pride always has its fall and only humility precedes greatness. And with Uranus there, if you're not humble, it could be very easy for you to trip up now. So it's important that you stay grounded and not think you know it all, because you don't. There's always something to learn. And especially right now, there are unexpected developments taking place showing you that you don't know it all, but there are opportunities arising. And if you're not afraid to fail or fall, then really the sky is the limit. If you bend, you will not break. But at the same time, this is about you not being afraid to stand alone if need be, if that's what is called for, and not being afraid to break away from the herd if necessary. It's not about rebellion for the sake of rebellion, but it's about, again, your authenticity and your integrity. There's no reason for you to fear failure or losing face or trying to hold on to some kind of public image. It doesn't matter. This is your life. Ultimately, only you know, only you are living your life, and only you are the authority in your life. Nobody else has authority in your life. So, this is also you about you reclaiming that sense of authority, and in which then you can find the sense of freedom and liberation to be yourself and to be your own boss, whether you're working for someone else or not. So you have something very real to offer the world, something that could revolutionize the world in a sense. And because Uranus is the planet of revolution, so you're breaking boundaries and you're carving your own path now. So, in a sense, the road you're walking has not been tread before, or not exactly in the way that you're doing it. And that's your challenge. But recognize that you are up for this. this is your time to shine. And you can do this in a way that is authentic to you, and you don't have to worry about what you look like or how you're received. What matters is your heart and your values and what you're really reaching for, what your true goals are, what your true intangible goal is in all of this. And because Uranus will bring sudden changes, and again, you've got Taurus here, and Taurus doesn't like sudden changes. So, if at any point you feel like you're in an unpredictable situation or are at the mercy of an unpredictable situation professionally, or something that threatens your public image, recognize it's only your integrity that matters. And again, no one can have authority over you. So you're free to walk away from anything at any given point. And it's important that you don't compromise your integrity just because you're being asked to, or or there's a situation that's being created, or in your desire to get to the top or even stay relevant. There may be times where it feels like things are falling apart, and if you're experiencing that, then trust that it's a time to clear space so you can really step into the light and fullness of who you truly are. Really, over the next 8 years, your career and profession, in a sense, is being catapulted to whole new heights, and you're being drawn way out of your comfort zone. But if you can be confident and have more faith in yourself and your own abilities and your own ability to just be authentic, then trust that you're not somewhere by mistake. You're not being offered an opportunity by mistake. You don't need to fake it till you make it. Honestly, I would say it's just about you trusting yourself. Over the past 8 years, Uranus has been moving through your ninth house. And the ninth house in the past 8 years have been awakening you to a higher truth about your spirituality, about your life, about what you want. Um, this may have even for some meant a lot of international travel. Your boundaries have opened up and your world has opened up. And now you have the opportunity to materialize something that until now has been a vision. So, but this will also mean letting go of old ambitions. And I did mention in the beginning, the 10th house also relates with the mother. Well, some say mother, father. In my experience, I find the 10th house is mother, fourth house is father. But look at your relationship with your mother as well right now. And look at what it was like growing up. Did you have an easy relationship? Was it a difficult relationship? Was it a nurturing relationship? Were you given the freedom to be yourself? Were you encouraged to be who you are? Or did you have to struggle and fight your way through? I say this not because it- what's your relationship with authority? What were her ideas of success? I say all of this because you're moving past all of this now. You're moving beyond her ambitions for you, her ideas of success, not because they were right or wrong, but because the world was different then. And this is a different world, and you're a different person. So, in a sense, you're having to break through your own limitations, or and having to be your own mother as well. You're having to awaken to your own authority, and taking authority in your life means assuming responsibility for everything. And that's not always easy, because then you're responsible for the creation of everything in your life. And it may not be easy to recognize some truths or realize some truths, but the more you can acknowledge them. There's no forgiveness necessary, because everything happens for a reason, and that's how we learn. And you are evolving now, you are growing now, you're growing into yourself, you're you're uncovering and unearthing potential within you that is just, you didn't even know you had. So, and yeah, by the end of these 8 years, your career is going to be at a whole other place that you may have never imagined, because Uranus is all about the unexpected, and something that you thought was wildly impossible isn't. So, what's important now is that you not limit yourself and limit what is possible, but you have clarity on your goal. And again, I say this is not about tangible success, because not that it won't come, it will come. But as long as you're not clinging to it, as long as you're not making that your goal, and as long as you're not, you know, attached to superficial ideas of material success or what it looks like in the eyes of the world. This is about you diving deep into yourself and being unafraid and fearlessly 100% authentic, which means acknowledging all parts of you, even the parts that are quirky and that, perhaps need a little bit of work. But just be you. And also remember this, you can't really teach anyone else. You can just share of your experiences. So be humble. So I'll sum it up, Leo, with this. You are redefining what success means and what success means to you specifically. And life is asking you to dig deep. All the success in the world would mean nothing if it didn't mean something to you. So this is about you digging deep for your own integrity and being who you are authentically, and letting your roots go deep. Then you can touch the sky. So, all right, that's what I'll say to you for now, Leo. But I hope you enjoyed this forecast, and I hope you found this useful. But of course, this is a general reading. So if you want a more in depth reading, do contact me for a personal consultation, and I would love to work with you. It's where the magic happens, as I always say. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more soon.